So my question for you today is, I have a few. So the first question is, have you in the last 24 hours felt fear?
Yes.
And so is there a special time that comes up for you, or is it just kind of show up?
So I will say when I think I have forward thinking, is again the word think, I'm thinking, how long could this go on for? And if it does, what does that mean financially? What does that mean for my future? And it's this starting to think 2-3 weeks in advance and getting concerned for the future when we all know everything is changing every day. But that's when fear comes up for me, is forward thinking. Yeah.
So like projecting into the future?
Mainly, yes.
Okay, mainly.
I was gonna say, concern for others around me and loved ones and everybody who's going through this, definitely, and how it's affecting people left and right is definitely very concerning. And when you pull up the news, you can see that, and it's feeding that concern and storyline. Mm-hmm. So that is definitely a fear too.
Do you watch the news?
She asks us often every day, and I will be honest, while I want to stay informed, I actually choose to read more of my news, so it's coming to me through my own voice in my head, because for me personally, who feels a lot of energy, watching the news, it ramps up my anxiety.
Yeah, I have to agree. I've actually started to watch podcasts of the news rather than watching, like listen to podcasts of the news rather than watching, because there's too much going on, too much stimulation. So we actually got a little distracted. So I was asking you
what I do when fear comes up.
Yes.
And for me, it depends on what I'm doing in that moment. Mm-hmm. So if I am, even if I'm not consuming news, but I'm scrolling through things and just over consuming, mm-hmm. I can feel myself getting disconnected from me and getting put into, like, I'm lost in stories. And so from there, I disconnect, meaning I will turn off apps and just put my phone aside. And one of my go-tos is breathing, specifically known as heart math breathing, or heart coherence. So that 6 breath in, holding for almost 6 breaths, or maybe it's 3, and then a count of 6 out. Mm-hmm. That, or I've always been one to really love to go for a run or exercise or something that gets my body moving, to have those endorphins and kind of a shift out of the moment. But I also am a big proponent of just feeling what's coming up and holding space for that, because I feel like when I push and suppress everything, then it just seeps out in other ways. And so if I can give it a little space to come through, I can observe it and it can go on, as opposed to pushing it away because it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. 2 things I want to just real quick pick up on. One of them was, you said stories. And I'm amazed at how we can create a story with just one bit of information or one bit of input, and we just start off and running with the story. So that's a really good point, is to pay attention to what story you're telling yourself, what story I'm telling myself. And then the second thing, I lost. The breathing thing. And I'm going to post, when I post this on Facebook, I will add a link to the quick coherence breathing thing that I teach. It's like amazing. So the focus is gratitude, and the focus is breathing into the count of, say, 3 and out to the count of 6. It's 2-to-1 ratio, and it's real easy, and it's simple, and it is profound. So I'll post that link to the bottom of this post.
And to add to that, where I mentioned, giving space for whatever I'm feeling, in combination with the breathing, you can name what it is you're feeling. And I feel like by giving it a name and giving it an identity, I can make it less a part of me.
Yes.
So I can name it and then go into the breathing to kind of let that pass through.
It's almost like put it in a file cabinet. So that's where it sits, and you can pick it up again if you want to, or choose not to. So good. Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.